Okay, so what's up, YouTube? So I'll be reacting to the first day out Omi and a Hellcat interview and the Devin Wade productions. It says right here the Devin Wade Network. Specifically with this reactions, because typically I don't really do reactions. I might have like one or two. I do plan on like doing bridging out on different types of content because at the end of the day, it's my channel. Like if I want to upload different types of content, I feel like I should be able to, while having to make a second one specifically cater to that type of content. But the reason why I'm specifically doing this video with Omi and a Hellcat is because I actually kind of hope that he sees this video. Omi, I'm a big fan of you. I was a big fan of you for a while. I had stopped being a big fan, and I'll get into that as like the video goes on. Um, but he after I already watched this video, so I'm just gonna re-react to it again because watched it once like with another family member. Just went quickly over it, and now I'd like to like actually digest what was being said. But I've watched Omi like from his first video. I watched like all his videos. I was a big fan, and I was like 16 maybe when I first started watching Omi. I'm 23 now, so it's been a long time. But um, I generally love his content, and I always was rooting for him. He did some stuff, that just like he didn't like. He would say, that he's gonna stop doing something. He's gonna break these bad habits and start doing these good habits, but then he would never do it, and it kind of like made me disappointed. Like I never hated Omi and Hellcat, but I was just really disappointed because I actually did look up to him. Unlike a lot of YouTubers, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and like, yo, he's actually a real one. He's gonna be the one that like he lives up to this. Now I didn't expect him to be perfect, but and that's why like even with his whole thing like going to prison, that to me like I wasn't like, oh, he's a terrible human being. Like he just needs to be thrown under the prison. Like no. Um, but yeah, let's get into this.
Would have never thought I'd be in Danbury, Connecticut. Never heard of Danbury, Connecticut. We made the drive, we outside. My nigga
CT not that far from me.
man. Congratulations, you feel me? My nigga home. Time to turn up now.
It's good to see him out. I'm happy for him.
All right, we just picked up Omi out of jail. It's time to turn this shit up. It's about to get crazy.
Came out to all the chains. Came out to everything.
You ain't never seen my sister's white before, right?
That is crazy. Something I noticed immediately when I first watched this video. There was like, damn, his beard.
What's up? What's up? What's up? You already know it is Dev Nasty, aka Dangerous Dev Nasty.
And it's weird. It looks like he shaved it, right? Like it looks like he quickly got somebody to just like snip. Because after watching this for the first time, this is just like I believe this is like an hour, not even an hour. I think it's probably like 30 minutes right after he got out. So he didn't get out that long ago. He literally right after getting out went straight to an interview. So he must have had somebody quickly just. Because you don't even see the white no more.
Pop out, and the day has finally came, man. It's a long time coming, but my boy is motherfucking home, man. We just picked him up from Danbury, Connecticut, and he obviously all the way back shining this fast. People thought, man, that they thought you fell off, man. They thought you fell off, man. What you gotta say to the people that thought?
Keep wagering your bets against me, you're gonna keep losing, man.
Also, it's a super cool thing. For those who like haven't watched Omi and Hellcat like that, G Visuals has been like with him for a while. Like I remember G Visuals from some of the earlier videos. So it's actually cool. Like once I noticed his name at the bottom, I was like wow, like he still got G Visuals on his corner. So that's nice. I like that.
But how you feel, bro? Like
Honestly, I'm being honest, bro. I understand. I feel at peace. Like I was stating to them earlier, like don't shame me because we wasn't recording earlier. I was stating to them like walking around the track for the last like fast rewind. You know what I'm saying? Like I came into prison, right, and I really feel like I needed this shit. I came in prison super entitled. I was empathetic to people, but I didn't have compassion. Everything was literally about me, right? It wasn't what I can do for others, is what others can do for me. And if you had no purpose in my life, then you had no purpose being around me. And those things, you know, dealing with sentimentality, those are self-serving acts of kindness, right? When you do things for people, not because you want to do it from the bottom of your heart. And a lot of times I did do that, but there's a lot of times where I did it just to make myself feel good, because the core foundation of my life was fucked up, right? I didn't love myself. I felt the need that I always had to be around certain people. I felt the need that I had to lay in somebody's bed every night in order to feel loved. And, you know, and this stems from adolescence age. So, you know, spending months on end in isolation and deprived from the world, not even, no form of communication besides, you know, Dev and Mike Luzzy at that time, you know, a few others, you know, writing me letters.
That's amazing that he has people in his corner that'll still, like, stay beside him and help him out throughout that, because obviously it's a very stressful thing to be in prison, especially because of our current prison system. Like, prison is supposed to be rehabilitation, so I'm actually glad, that he was able to rehabilitate in there. Um, it's just unfortunate the way the system works. Most people cannot, because it's literally just like a dog. It's modern day slavery, and it's just like he gets into it in a little bit. Where I believe he was almost killed a couple times. Like, stuff like that shouldn't happen, because the whole point of going in there is to rehabilitate. So it's like what Omi did to get locked up was nothing worth deserving of getting killed over. Not at all. Not at all. If he was like a child predator, I still think people shouldn't go out of their own way, because you're gonna make your life that much worse in prison. Because you might not be serving that long, and now you're definitely gonna be serving life for killing somebody for that. But at the end of the day, that's a different thing. But something like this, like the whole taxes and everything, like, you shouldn't have to go to prison worrying that you're gonna get killed by your cellmate. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, I don't know how I didn't think that I was this strong, honestly. And
Also, regard, no, I mean, I'm not. It's a reaction, I'm gonna be pausing or whatever, 'cause I got a lot to say about this, but I'm actually glad to hear this stuff from Omi. I'm glad to hear him take accountability, for him not being the best person either. Like, he's not just putting the blame on everybody else. He's admitting that he had some fault uh, in some of the relationships, like the way he talked to people, the way he acted around people. Like, he just thought too highly of himself, and so that's like a great mindset to have.
putting my mind together, I knew that God had a purpose for me, right? Like to him, to whom as much is given, as much expected, right? And I took advantage of all the things. I sat on my ass and I wasn't proactive in certain situations. I isolated from the world at times. You know what I'm saying? And I did a lot just from sitting on the couch. When I
He was, I'll say this, he was also making improvements even before he got in, though. I think it's a good thing that he's taking accountability for himself and the things that happened in the past. But I think in times like this, you also got to give yourself a little leeway, because at the end of the day, this is your first time on Earth. It's your first time going through this. It's your first time turning 35, your first time turning 40. You know what I mean? Like, you're still growing as a person as well. Um, and I noticed some of the changes he was making before. Anybody who's watched Omi and Hellcat, like, for a long time, he had a big group of people around him. He used to, his earlier videos, he used to have a ton of people around him. Little by little, he started removing those people, and it was because those people weren't doing anything good for him. Now, some of them may have been. It might have been, like a thing in the middle, like maybe they weren't doing their best, and he was also just being, an asshat, just high on his horses, and that's why he distanced himself from them. But he even revealed that some of those people, they were just around him for the money. So even back then, he was making smart choices by pushing those people out of his circle, because you definitely don't need them in there. They're gonna make your shit just worse. So even before he went in, he was, already, and I think it's because of, like, people like Dev and a couple other people he has around him. They were just, like, helping him out through this. So
should have
it's
been out
amazing to have a support system like that.
there, voicing my opinions in certain situations. I should have been out there proactive in my city. And, you know, throughout this whole journey, I felt like people owed me shit. I felt super entitled. And
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I had a lot of animosity and a lot of things I had to work on. And right before I came home, I told myself, like, I'm gonna kill everybody. And this is a real conversation, you know what I'm saying, that I'm having with myself. Just negative self-talk building up. I'm gonna kill everybody. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I had to really dive deep in who I was as a person. You know what I'm saying? My core beliefs. Um, I'm not that nigga who thinks that he could just run around and just act tough, because that's not who I am as a person. I'm not soft, but I'm not a person that sits here and does things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do something to me today, you can stab me today, and tomorrow I'll forgive you. That's the kind of heart I have. And I had to like really sit down and you know.
I was just saying, I don't know if I'll forgive you if you stab me. I definitely am not. I'm not gonna chase you to the ends of the earth till I get my leg back. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, if you move to China, I'm not moving to China to stab you back. But like, I'll move on with my life. But I sure as hell, I'm not forgiving you. I'm not like, yo, we good, bro. Like, I know you stabbed me and everything, but I'm not. I don't know if that's exactly what he's going for. I think he's just meaning like forgiven in the like spiritual sense. Like, I forgive you. Like, I'm not gonna let this weigh on my mind. So yeah.
Have these conversations with myself, because my father's no longer here, and these are things that he instilled in me. So the closer I got to the door, I didn't want to convert into Islam, because the stigma behind it.
Right.
Or you just trying to, you just need protection. Like, nigga, I stood on all 10. Niggas try to run me up in these pretties. Ain't nobody's able to run me up. Ain't nobody ever bitch me out. You know what I'm saying? And I stood on all 10. But it's a lot of situations, like, learning how to deal, not coming from the streets and, being a corporate person and then being thrown in jail. My nigga, that's a whole different world. And I can't operate like that. Negativity around at all bends. I've never had productive conversations in prison. It's very rare. Like, only the last 2 months, like, I've been chilling with my bunkie, kids been down, and, my brother Body from CT. Those two individuals right there is the only people that I can really talk to on a positive level. Everything else is just politics. It's just nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, when you would talk to me home, it was a lot of that. I want to kind of rewind back. You was talking about being on the couch, not being proactive, feeling like almost stagnant. Did that had a lot to do with the depression of knowing eventually that you were going to have to do this time?
No, that just comes from depression of just knowing how bad of a person I was.
So another thing was, even before he got locked up, he had made a couple videos saying like, I'm a probably go to jail, I'm probably get locked up, and it is what it is. I gotta accept it. What I did was wrong. Like, so for a lot of you who don't know, he had an app where it was basically like, oh man, I've watched so many videos, but it's been so long. Like, I watched those videos years ago. It's been so long. Uh, Basically, it was a gray line thing or whatever. He had like his own app where it pulled, I guess, like other TV programs, and like you could watch, like Netflix or Hulu movies and stuff like that on his app for a significantly discounted price. I think that's like the gist of it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But and he made a lot of money selling that app. And I remember him doing a video, watching like the Disney. It was a Disney something. There was like a Disney video about like the creators, like all the shit that creators do, because this is something in like pretty much like every field, like even gaming. A lot of those developers, they get fucked over. And a lot of the people under them who make a lot of your favorite games, they get shitted on. Their work gets stolen all the time. They never get the credit they deserve. They work overtime. It's a lot. I don't want to go into a tangent about that, but he had watched a movie or a documentary about that, and I remember it changed his mind completely. Like, he started doing videos talking about that, where he really felt bad. Like, what he did, he admitted it was wrong, and that was before he got locked up. So I admire him for that, and I give him praise for that, because that takes a lot, especially when you've made that much money. Like, he could have just like completely dipped off the face of the internet, but he decided like, I'm gonna just take it. Pause. I'm gonna just take it, and I'm gonna admit to it.
You
And
know what I'm
I
saying?
like that.
I knew that I wasn't living right day by day. Like, you're the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're my best friend, bro. And I used to keep a log of all the people I had sex with. You see what I'm saying?
That's
The
insane.
log book, what
That's
hotels, and it's like I had appointments. You're the only one that knows my life.
I know.
I was just saying, I couldn't imagine having like, so I smashed Becky last week on Tuesday, 3 p.m. at the Belchertown Hotel, and I got Jennifer today, Friday, 6 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, at the Nautilus Hotel. You know we getting it. That's that's a crazy thing to have. That's insane.
I'm gonna let you say what you
No,
said.
no.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I kept appointments with certain women. Like, I had a routine.
That's nuts.
Like, and I wasn't pointing to nothing positive.
He always talked about having a lot of women though. He always talked about loving women. I remember there's a quote. I'll get into this later into the video though. I don't want to like. I've been pausing already a lot this early on, so
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was times
I
when
got
my
something to
kids
say
cried,
about that.
Dad, I want you to come back, and I'm going to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy, right, that I'm able to feel again. Like, I'm able to be angry. I'm able to be sad. I'm able to be happy. I'm able to be mad. Those feelings, I'm embracing them now, because I thought that life was just based off of happiness, right? And if I wasn't happy, I was depressed. So I'm drinking, and no one knows. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, bro, I was doing popping perks. Nobody knew. I
Damn.
kept that from everybody. And dopamine, like my dopamine release was just, I was bipolar. I was waking up just angry.
I wonder if I would go back and watch his old videos if I would notice some of this stuff, because I was, like I said, I was young too, and I had a lot of problems of my own and a lot of growing up I had to do for sure. So I wonder if I would go back if I'd recognize, like, oh yeah, he's definitely being wrong here. Oh yeah, he was probably on perks. He was probably high here. I wonder if I'd notice that.
You're probably the only person I never flipped out on. I even flipped out on G a million times. G knows. And that's just not who I am. Rock felt the wrath a few times.
Felt the wrath.
No, for real. And it's like, that's not who I am. So being clear-headed and knowing that my feelings are actually back, I'm embracing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not worrying. If I can't control it, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not finna lose
Bro,
my
these static transitions are nuts. That shit's so loud.
life behind nobody. If you come to my house, I'm calling the cops.
yeah.
That's good. That's a good. I want to mention this. 'Cause I thought about this the first time watching it. Whose idea was it to leave, like, the club lights on? Whose idea was it to leave these little dots everywhere, bro? They're low key annoying, but I'll let it.
Right.
You know,
How many niggas rocked and shot?
it's like all I can focus on.
Working with Reloaded. How many he got? I'm on FaceTime. No. Hold your camera out in there quick. Yo,
Get him locked up. Get him locked up.
listen. So
Insane.
I'm on FaceTime with Rock as he's in the middle of a gunfight. You remember that? On Frankfurt. He almost got killed on camera and bent back. Rock went. You see what I'm saying? We've been through these situations with
I hope the statute of limitations is out for these, because this is
People try to
insane doing
kidnap
it
our
on
kids.
camera. This is insane too, and this is one of the things that worries me about content creation, is that because sure, you being like just a good person and not like putting your wealth out and everything, like that, I guess that does decrease your chances of stuff like this happening to an extent. But even some of the most like tame YouTubers who don't flaunt wealth, cash, aren't rude to anybody, don't have problems with nobody, even they get weird situations like this where they almost get kidnapped, or they do get kidnapped, they get stalked. This sucks, and regardless of what he has going on, regardless of who he has beef with, there's no reason to kidnap his kids. Absolutely, that's foul, and I condone that. I do not condone that at all.
see what and my kids have to move to Florida. People
That
breaking in my
sucks.
house. People trying to kill me.
That sucks extremely more too, because like seeing your kids is that much harder. Like now it takes a lot longer. There's a lot more steps to it.
It's like, bro, why are
what-
you trying to go
your
against a
kids.
fucking YouTuber? I'm not a street nigga, and I told you that a million times.
Yeah. I
Nigga,
mean, we
got
was in
people-
a high speed chase on it.
Yo, so from New York, I was coming from New York, and niggas was trying to test us, and bro, I don't even know how I got away. I was 150.
It was
Coming out of the Empire, was getting correct. The nigga was in the SRT.
Oh, listen, I was coming out
A SRT truck chasing a Corvette is an insane visual to think about.
of the strip club, and the only
The
person that was there
Hellcat
was
engine
Rock.
just.
Dude was walking in the middle of the street, ready to kill me.
As soon as I upped the gun, the nigga was like, no.
And then, as soon as I got in the Corvette, cars started chasing me down Fifth Street, bro.
It was an SRT.
I like
the Ram truck.
You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm not finna lose my life over my nigga. You come in my house, I'm calling the cops, nigga. That doesn't make me a rat.
Yeah.
Like why? And look,
That's a
the,
good
the
stance to
crazy thing
have.
about
That's a
it
good
is
stance
this:
to have.
we see what Lil Durk is going through. The pressures of social media, right? Oh, he got to get back for Von. He got to get back for Von. And then when he does something like that,
They call you stupid.
oh, he's an idiot.
There definitely is like I think there's like three types of people. I think there is the people who stand on like if you do that type of stuff, you're stupid. There's people that they want you to do it and they wouldn't call you stupid. And then there's the the middle. There's the people who um they'll just tell you to do that type of stuff, like engage in that behavior, so that way you get in trouble. And then they'll be like, "Yo, you dumbass! Like, well, you didn't think you get arrested." There's definitely a lot of trolls like that for sure. But I think some people do. I think it gets conflated. I think all of them get conflated. I think some people generally are like, who are saying those people are stupid, were always saying they were stupid. Whereas some of the ones that are saying like, "Oh, go do that, go yo, go slide on them, go slide," they were always saying that. So
Why did he do that? Why he threw
there
his life
definitely
away?
is that in between though.
I'm not finna let people trick me out of my position or me beef with people that are not at my level.
It's smart.
Because I have people to take care of, bro. I got 5 boys. And then what are the negative ripple effects? People marching, saying stop the violence.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? The negative ripple effects, if I kill someone, their kids continue the cycle moving forward.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not finna do that, bro. I'm not finna pretend like I'm somebody I'm not. I'm not finna like, no, nigga, stay away from me.
Yeah. Out here to entertain the people, take care of people, make great products. You know what I'm saying? We always got great products on the way, man. But just tell me how you feeling right now. It's been what, about 2 hours since you walked out that joint?
2 hours since I walked out, and right now I feel amazing. But
2 hours
I'm
straight
still,
to
like,
an interview.
because like you don't understand, man. Like there's been a lot of death threats when I'm
Yeah, I know.
home. People gonna kill me. Do what you got to do. Just don't get killed in the process. I hope not. You see what I'm saying? Leave me. I don't want no problems with nobody. You ain't got to worry about me trying to do nothing to nobody.
Somebody's like, you can see the person laughing right here.
Hands up. I wave a white flag. That's what
I'm
you
pretty
want,
sure
I'll
that's
do
his
it.
brother.
That's
his
leave
brother
me
right
the
here.
fuck alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to make money and take care of people and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, contribute to society.
That's nice.
Okay. Now.
I know he always, before he even went in, he wanted to do like a gaming thing. He had like he wanted to set up a building and like I guess like do his own esports thing. I don't know about that, homie. If you do watch this, esports teams like don't make any money. Esports is kind of like a dead. It's not dead, but it's just like those companies really don't make any money off of that. So I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted to do, and I think he even mentions it later on in the video.
What we doing with these shoes, man? That's on the way, man. What's going on with the shoes, man?
So, you know what I'm saying, I want to give a shout out to, everybody who's ever purchased from reloaded.com, reloadedmerch.com, Reloaded Universe. Like, it's crazy, right? Coming back from 2021, making shoes for years and then watching everything just crumble at the feet, right? When I was in prison.
Right.
And one thing that I came out doing is like I'm taking accountability myself, right? Because if I wouldn't have done the things that I've done, the company would still be there running.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't blame it on nobody. It's a new chapter. And I ain't gonna lie, yo. I wish you could see how these look. Jill do some B-roll later with these and add them to the screen. But man, I'm
We favoring those, but come on now.
these are suede.
A lot of us rocking with the black suede Jones.
I like suede, but
these
I
right
like the
here,
first ones that
to
only
me they're like
brought up
Donovan
too.
McNabb. It's like the
Those look
jersey
nice.
material. These are satin.
Satin.
I don't know, man. Like I really love these shoes.
So these are
Unfortunately, I just don't buy like sneaker type shoes or any shoes like that because I don't know what it is about my feet, guys, but like I would have Jordans if it wasn't for the fact that pretty much every pair of Jordans I've ever put on like squeezes the life out of my feet. It is insane. I don't know what it is about Nikes or Jordans, but like most shoes just absolutely kill me. I have to wear like boots or I literally wear slides like most of the places I go to, slides because like I need to have that, my toes expanded. I can't have my toes all scrunched up like this.
going to be the ones that we primarily push moving forward. But they're gonna come in all different kinds of colorways. These right here.
But outside of that, they're really good shoes. I'm not trying to like diss his shoes specifically. That's why I said like it goes for Jordan, Nikes, like any of those shoes. I can't wear them either.
It's just happen to be the Eagles joints. Shout out to to Philly. But
It's crazy how me and Dev actually came up with this shoe, just drawing. And I was like, yo, we should mix
He
these
has two
together. And Dev
watches
just
on.
went in, and it was a collaborative thing back and forth. But I didn't think that they were actually going to turn out this good.
nah, they came out great. And the first ones did well. The gray joints.
Yeah, the gray ones, the original, they had a blue sole. It wasn't intended for them to come out with a blue sole ever.
Yeah,
They were gray with a blue sole.
Because I drew them gray. Yeah.
They end up coming out like a Yankees color. Those I would never release those again, with the blue sole on the bottom.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Man.
I mean, we'll make a pair for a couple for us.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna release those again.
Damn.
That's a cool thing about having your own like custom merch line, or even like think about it like Jordan himself, like Michael Jordan or LeBron or any of those like famous basketball players. Like you can go to Nike or Jordan and have them make you a custom, them specifically, not us, but have them make a custom pair of shoes, like whatever designs, whatever colors you want. I think that's really cool.
Because they were supposed to be gray.
There is people that do like custom work on shoes, like on YouTube. I've seen that. Like I guess you could pay people to do that for you. So it's really cool too.
I think it might have been meant to be, man. Happy
Think so?
accident. Yeah, happy accidents, man. I would, man, because the
You think I should release them one more time?
yeah, because I think the people want them, man. We know that the people want them, man. A lot of stuff people couldn't get. You don't know how many people will come to my studio. They walk in my studio. We always kept them. My main thing is, while he was locked up, I always wanted to keep Reloaded alive. So if you watch any of my programming, it was constantly Reloaded shit in the background, shoes in the background, all of that. And people will always ask, yo, when can I get the joints? Or they would have a complaint about something that they didn't receive during the time that you weren't at the helm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what? And one thing that the people at Reloaded used to like, customers loved me, because anytime there was a delay or a mistake on something, I took full accountability. I'll come on the screen and say, yo guys, and you know what I mean? And I wish that, the people that were at the helm at the time kind of did that for me. To like just forget me, fuck me. You know what I'm saying? These are people that took care of us for years. You know what I'm saying? And Reloaded means something to these people. Give people what they paid for. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. The vast majority of people were made whole, and I know there might be a couple of people here or there that fell through the cracks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But things.
Also, I think so I have watched a couple like the interview about I believe was it Say Cheese or was it Dev? I might have been Say Cheese talking to him on the phone while he was locked up, and he was talking about that the guy who ran his merch, I believe, was like had betrayed him or had like stole money from him or whatever, stole money from his manager or something like that, like took stuff from them. So I wonder if he's like referring to that, because I am aware of some of the stuff that have gotten stolen. So I wonder if it was like a case like the dude just like he was like, oh, homie got locked up, like fuck this, like I'm just taking my money and bro, I ain't giving these people their merch, like they already paid for it, I'm taking that, I'm out.
And unfortunately, like I have no access to any of that data.
Right.
So anybody could just come say, it's like, bro.
Yeah, I ordered 40,000 sneaks from you and didn't get them.
I apologize. You know what I mean? I wasn't home at the time. I was doing this. I remember one time, right? This is in 2023. I ended up going to the shoe. When I went into the shoe, I remember I came back out in October, and my partner at the time was like, "Yo, everything's going bad." I said, "How can everything go bad in a month and some change?"
Damn.
I ended up coming out in September 5th. Everything's bad. Everything's bad. And I think it was like, Reloaded used to making millions of dollars.
Damn.
I think the website that did like 90-something thousand since I've been going. Like, how the fuck is that possible? I remember I sat on my phone.
I knew he was making money off his merch line. I didn't know it was like that. What
I
the
don't understand
fuck?
how I did it. 3 weeks later, we were up almost $600,000. You know what I'm saying? God just did a sale. Let's do a sale. and they get mad all the time when I try to do sales and try to incorporate things. But it's like the number one thing on the first the 48 laws of power is don't try to outshine the master. You know what I'm saying? My method of madness just works, and people think that because it looks crazy that I'm doing it, that they can just go ahead and just compile shit together and just do it.
Right.
And it just doesn't work that way. You see what I'm saying? I stay in my lane. I never try to sit there and try to do what Dev does. I don't sit there and try to do what G does. Saying I can learn. I'm not. I don't want to. It's inefficient for me.
Right.
So I just don't understand how everything just snowballed from there. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to associate. Like, to me, I was like, I don't know if I was being naive, but I felt blindsided. I started acting erratic, crazy.
But you was blindsided by what?
By the way that the company was just coming down. Like, no, I don't want to be associated with it. It was just a lot of shit. I just didn't know how to.
But could you, was it truly blindsided? Because there was moments of time where you had second thoughts about where you was leaving the company and stuff like that before you would come in. It was like little glimpses, moments.
Because those moments were there, and those are what killed me because I saw it coming, but I was naive to it because I truly believe that the person that was at the helm is a great person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the things that I've done personally.
Yeah, that's a hard line, when you feel like you don't want to, backstab that person and you want to do right by them. And, you guys are having conversations or like, oh, I'll never backstab you. I'll never backstab you, and you give them like such power like that. And the thing is, I'm assuming, they never had anything in contract because from the sounds of it, like when I first watched this, it just comes off like he didn't have anything in contract because, uh, probably they were close, maybe some family, some of them were really close friends or whatever at the time. And so it was just trust, like just word, handshake, yo, like you always gonna stick by me, da 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 da. I've told my family, I'm like, yo, whenever I start, making my money and everything, if you want to come work with me, it's got to be contract, not just for me, but also so that way you have some like breathing room, like knowing that I can't just unjustly like take everything and sweep you like pull the rug underneath your feet or anything. So hopefully, next time he does something like that.
Made that person turn that way. But I still feel deep down wholeheartedly that that's not the direction that person wanted to take things into.
Okay.
Because the conversations that we used to have was, man, this is a cardinal sin to do these things. I would never do you like this.
Also, I want to mention, Dev comes off like a really great friend. I'm glad that he's asking him the questions he is and like telling him like, are you really sure that you felt blindsided? Because he's letting him know like yo, you have had those conversations with us where you recognize that those people were wrong. So like, you sure it was blindsided? And homie, corrected himself and was like, it was naiveness. I really thought that they wouldn't do that stuff to me.
I would never do that to you. I would never. I understand if you move on romantically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had to figure out where I went wrong. You know what I'm saying? The way that you got to understand too. I'm no saint. I try to pull the rug from underneath everybody, and that's the way they were making money. That's the way they were feeding their family.
Exactly.
So when I try to do that from prison, they're like, you really ain't got no power over us.
See, this is amazing. This is why like I'm rooting for him now. So I'll go into it a little bit. Like I was super disappointed by Omi for a couple things. Like I remember he had talked about losing weight earlier on, and it's not that I hated him. I don't want you guys to correlate the two. It's not that I hated him or anything like that. I was just really disappointed because I remember him talking about losing weight and stuff like that, and then like after a couple months, he got diabetes. And I was like, dude, like you was talking about losing the weight and everything and getting in the gym and all that stuff. And then you go and you get diabetes. Like, it was like, dude, it was stuff like that. The cars, I remember he used to talk about like, I'm done buying cars. I'm done buying all these cars, da 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 da. And then the next day, he'd be like, it'd be like a title, like taking ownership of a Rolls Royce, taking ownership of a new Corvette. And I'm like, dude, like, didn't you just say you weren't gonna buy no more cars? Like, and there was a couple more stuff I just cannot remember, but yeah, I was just like, I was really disappointed, man. So it's nice to hear him say this and talk about that.
So when I try to do that from prison, they're like, nigga, you really ain't got no power over us.
Yeah, it's nice to hear him, explain that. Like you said, he's not a saint. He tried to fuck over a lot of people too. And I'm glad that he admits this because it's hard for a lot of people to say this, you know. Uh, and it makes it easier for you to move forward in life after this.
I mean, I try to tell you stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
but you need to learn.
Yeah.
You need to learn.
See, it seems like he had a great friend with Dev. Like, it seems like Dev really had to be part of Omi's life. Like, this was an amazing person to keep around because it seems like he really held it down. So, much love to Dev.
But that's for everybody that guys that are going in and they doing a bid and they leaving things in their homies' hands and their girls' hands or whatever like that, and you really gotta respect the fact that they do have power over what goes on. So when y'all get into disagreements and things like that, it's hard, but you kind of gotta bow your head a little bit. You know?
Yeah, to an extent, but I just don't think either way, like, the person that you give that power to shouldn't feel like I got power over you. Like you got to do what I want you to do. And I don't think it should be the other way around either. I don't think the person who gave you that power should feel like, why I gave it to you. So like you got to do what I want you to. No, I feel like there should be a mutual understanding between the two that is like, I'm expecting you, um, like I'm relinquishing this power to you, and I'm expecting you to not betray me or do wrong by me with this. And then to the other person, it's like you've given me this power, and now I expect you to allow me to be able to control and like and do this my way, like do this, um, like you gave me the power, like so allow, um, you gave me the power. Now allow me to prove myself and show why like I'm worthy and accountable.
And that's what I didn't know. See what I'm saying? And I just don't
But yeah, you definitely gotta vet people like really well when it comes to that too.
want anyone to ever be like, damn, I fucked up. Because my biggest fear is regret, and I've always said it. I don't want that person to ever like be in regret. So there's one thing that I've learned, right? It's a zero-sum game. You know what zero-sum game means?
No, tell us.
So zero-sum game is an NFL game. It's a zero-sum game. Somebody has to win in order for someone to lose. Right? That's just the way life is set up.
Not
Me
in
personally,
everything.
with that individual, I want a non-zero-sum game. I want us both to win.
Yeah, in a business sense, you definitely like both people can win. There doesn't have to be like one person in a business loses and the other, especially if they're working under you. Like that's not a loss, you know what I mean? They don't have to lose for you to be like making a lot of money. Like if you're making a lot of money, they should be making a lot of money. You both win, you know?
How can we end this amicably?
If you're competing like who's gonna be the best sneaker shop, at the end of the day, like you're still both winning, but like if you win number one, technically the other person lost. You get what I'm saying? Like so in that sense, like yeah, at the end of the day, only one person can win the best sneaker shop and everybody else has to lose.
So that I can win and you can win. And either you stick around and still work with the company, because I'm not negating that from you, or you can walk away and we both feel like we were both winners in the situation.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be.
That's nice. Real quick, Mr. Beast. I don't really watch Mr. Beast like that, but I have heard like a couple of his interviews, and I think he has something similar like that, where if you're working with him, and you want to leave, like they want you to leave. He wants you to leave on good terms, and that even if you're interested in getting a different job, he'll actually help you get connected with those people easier to get into that job and like the specific field of that job that you're interested in. So that's nice.
Friends in commerce.
It's a good thing if
There's a
Omi wants to do
Kellogg's,
that too.
There's a Post.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a Coke, there's a Pepsi. And I just don't understand why me and Kai just couldn't coexist. I think if we would have came together, we would have made millions regardless.
But certain people, I don't think that they're able to put personal.
I don't remember who Kai was. I'm pretty sure I went back and watched the other videos I'd probably see. So if you guys let me know in the comments who's Kai. Kai, like I said, I've watched a ton of his videos, but man, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've seen those videos, and his channel did get taken down. Somebody deleted it, removed it. There's another channel that goes by the same name of Omi and Hellcat that has like his whole catalog on there. I've seen it. I don't know if he's aware of that. I don't know if that's him. If that's homie's new account, but it has like all his old videos. I haven't gone back and watched them.
I hate to say this, but a lot of people of a different culture, right? They're able to have disagreements, can still make things work at the negotiating table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the difference between me and a lot of people. That I'm willing to overlook every. I don't want closure. I'm not looking for closure.
Okay.
I don't want to even tap into those conversations. All right, where do we end this? Is feud back and forth? Where do we come on the table? Where do you leave with some monetary gain? Because at the end of the day, you did work a lot of years. You suffered a lot of years, because I'm not an easy person to deal with. You see what I'm saying? And I know these things about myself because I was going through something called anosognosia. Anosognosia is a disease, like a person who has Alzheimer's. They don't know that they have Alzheimer's. They're going through a stage of anosognosia because they cannot comprehend well enough to psychoanalyze themselves to know what they have. It takes somebody else to come in and be like, yo, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me going into the shoe, now my brain can't function anymore. I can't work. I can't. So now I'm diving deep into psychoanalyzing myself. And I'm looking back at every scenario that I'm like, I was a piece of shit. You see what I'm saying? I could have ended this the right way. And even if that person moved on romantically, it still would have been a friendship. Because that person deserved at least that much. How many times did that person call me? Call the hotel room that I have somebody else in. Omi, what you doing? I'm playing Monopoly. And I'll hang up the phone.
That's
like,
insane.
no, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when that person goes ahead and tries to move on romantic, who the fuck am I to tell you no? I just wish that I was just,
You know how crazy it is for me to hear you say these things now, because
Tell me
it's a
why.
big because it's such a big growth from before. Because you had a few of us that might have been in your ear trying to tell you otherwise, but you like, nah, dog, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. So to see you,
That's a good thing. I'm glad that Dev is mentioning this. He's telling him like he's like solidifying it, like, bro, like there's a lot of us letting you know that you were making some wrong decisions. And I'm glad to hear that he had people like that in his corner. It wasn't like, everybody in his corner was like, yeah, no, yo, you're perfect, man. You're doing everything amazing, man. Oh, this is great, yo. This decision's great, yo. That's perfect. Like,
get to the
you
point
didn't
where
have
you're
yes
like,
men
yo,
around him.
I want to take some accountability for why this person reacted in that fashion. Even in
And I can imagine that from Dev's perspective too. Like I've had situations like that with certain people where, it took them a while. And I'm not trying to like act like I'm on any high horse or I'm this like perfect person or anything. I had my issues. And I think I've changed a lot since like I was younger, and I've bettered myself in a lot of ways. Um, and I feel like every year, like I've become a better and better person. So I've had that interaction like this where like I've known somebody who like they didn't change, and they might have started changing like this year, this month, and to see them like admitting of their wrongdoings and their faults and taking accountability, it's like it's soothing. You know what I mean? And it, it's it's a relief, especially with those specific people, because it's like, especially if you care for them, it's like, not only is it another person in the world who's taking accountability and doing right, but it's somebody who you love, you look up to, and you really enjoy their company. And so it's like to know that like I'll be able to keep you in my life longer and like a healthier relationship. It's amazing, man. So I give it up for Omi and Dev.
somewhat destroying the business.
yo, and that's the difference. There's people who take accountability, but they want no repercussions. Taking accountability means that the repercussions come with it, and you're willing to face that fact. You see what I'm saying? You would be like, I did it, but I don't think I should go to jail for it.
Right.
No, taking accountability because you truly feel bad. You're holding yourself accountable for these actions, and now you're willing to take what comes behind these consequences.
Yes, sir. And I say this all the time. Real quick, this looks kind of funny. I noticed that like I'm kind of like sitting. I'm sitting right here, like I'm sitting between them. Like, yo, what's up, Dad? What's up, Dad? What's up, homie? Right here. This is weird, but I'm sitting between them. I talk about this all the time, man. I talk about this with family. There's so many and I think this specifically goes for YouTubers, and I mean this goes for people just in life, period. But It's just with YouTubers and streamers, obviously they make a video about it, so it's something that you can like visibly and physically see, you know what I mean? Whereas like other people, they do this, behind closed doors or whatever, like you don't really notice. But there's um well, actually, I'll use an example from my life. I have people in my life who I have, pushed away, and because of bad stuff that they've done to other people. Because even my thing is like, even if you don't wrong me, like let's say you're amazing to me, you're a sweet person to me, you're just great with me. If you're tearing other people's lives down, I don't want you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want nothing to do with you. And that's a repercussion of what you did. That's a consequence of what you did. You need to feel those consequences. There's too many people who like they have family members that are just shitty people, but because they're not shitty people specifically to them, they'll stay around them. And it's like you understand in a way, you're condoning that behavior, and in a way to them, they recognize that you're condoning it and that you're basically allowing it. Even if you tell them like, oh, that's fucked up. I'm not saying that, because obviously, every situation is different depending on what they did. So I'm not saying you just gotta upright abandon people. But at the same time, some people have friends or family that do really wicked, terrible stuff, and they stay around them. And I'm just not one of those people. You need to feel some sort of consequence. So if that means like being away from family, hopefully one day you recognize like, damn, like I'm alone. Like these people, they're not around me no more. Um, I think that like at the very least that, you need something like that. You need to be alone.
You see what I'm saying? And it took a lot for me, man. It took a lot. It took a lot of soul. And you were a big part of like, honestly, you were a big part of my treatment. Cause I'm like,
I'm glad he had Dev
damn,
in
my
his
best
corner.
friend, man, this nigga don't cheat on his wife.
That's right.
No,
No, it's real shit.
I can
I
really
just want to make sure.
No.
Real shit.
like, and this nigga used to get all the bitches in the world.
He had to let that be known.
But I don't understand how you got from there to there. And you're such a level-headed person.
So the same way that traits like pass on to people, shout out to my business partner with the studio, Don Michael Jr. I watched him. I watched a lot of things that he did, and I watched the pitfalls that he skipped over that I was going through, and I was just like, yo, I want to live my life more like him, because he don't have none of these problems that I got. And that's where I adopted those habits of just being like, yo, I'm gonna walk the straight and narrow and all of that type of shit, man.
My dad used to always say in Spanish, enséñame tu amigo, yo te enseño tu futuro.
I've heard
Explain.
I've heard this quote before. It's obviously like, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. There's a lot of people say this, like, show me your top 4 people that you hang around, and I'll show you like who you'll be.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And you'll say, hopefully this shit rubs off and it doesn't, you know what I'm saying, has a positive ripple effect.
It's already rubbing off.
No, it's a fact.
No, it's
but
already.
it took time. But now the true testament's here, right? Is where all the women can come in now, and how do I hold myself? How do I stay?
I love this because this is literally something I was gonna bring up. And I hope, because it is right now is the true testament. Like, he's talking about all the change and all the change he wants to do, and he's already, made some changes mindset wise. But now is the real test. Now that he's out, we get to really see if he lives up to that. And I hope he does, I hope he does. I hope he does amazing. And I hope he shows everybody that he's really changed. He's a better person than he was before. So I love him for even saying this. Like this is amazing. So I really hope he can. I hope he don't fold to no women. If you want to sleep at the end of the day, you do whatever you do in your own bed is whatever your business. If homie wants to sleep around with 50 women, you do that. Just don't let it destroy your life.
Posed under this shit.
Right, because it's easy to say it when you locked in a cell.
Very easy.
Right.
Jail talk. You see what I'm
Very,
saying?
very easy.
But now, how do I take all these distractions that are going to be coming at me at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and how do I turn this around into something positive? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be known for being out here fucking a million bitches. I don't.
Okay.
It's not where I want my life.
Okay. I want to bring this up real quick. My first ever job ever. This sounds random, but just hear me out. My first ever job ever. I was working at like a day, what was it? Like a summer school program with kids and other like staff members that are my age or older. And I must have been like 16. I like when I first started watching Omi. Omi has said in an old video, and if he ever watches this, he knows exactly the clip I'm talking about. Omi says in a video, he's like, one man shouldn't just have one woman. One man shouldn't just be confined to one woman. Like, a man should be allowed to be with multiple women. I disagreed with this even back then. I didn't like this statement. Even as a kid, I didn't. I don't like that. I brought this up at my job. Like I was talking about, it, I was like, "Oh, yo, I watched this guy called Omi the Hellcat, and he said, that whole thing." And I was like, but I don't agree with it. Coworker I had, I'm not gonna put like the feminist label on her. I'm not gonna say like I'm not trying to be like one of those like type of guys like, "Oh, she's definitely a feminist." Da, da, da. But she got offended by it, even though I denounced what Omi said. Like even though I literally said I didn't agree, she got offended, and she basically she cussed me out in front of the kids. I went, told the supervisors, I'm one of those people. Yeah, bro. Like I'm not just because at the same time I'm not gonna disrespect you back, especially because of the kids. Like I'm not gonna do it because you don't care, but I care, and it's also because you did it in front of the kids that bothered me. And I brought it up. She got suspended. She got suspended because she was known for being one of those type of like people that just she thought that she was the boss. Um. So yeah, so I always like that's like there's so many little things, and I'll go into a little bit more after the video's done. Um, why like I'll never forget Omi. Like I like certain things that like connect me back, I
It's not
guess.
where I want my kids' life had either. It's a lonely path, man. It's lonely. I watched my dad at 84 years old die. Lonely. He had a 34-year-old girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And after
Insane.
he died, she tried to fuck me.
Okay.
No, you see, no. Like who wants to live like that?
I wanted. There was something that you said earlier that I wanted to jump in, man,
He
because you said
he
something
wanted to
about
breeze past
your
that
kids
quickly.
calling and then you not coming home, and I wanted to say like I wanted to jump in because it kind of painted you like you might have been a bad dad.
Oh
Which
no,
you wasn't.
that,
But
that I'm
no,
not.
no, no, no. You 100, and I wanted to jump in and say that. So I want to talk about that with you being so tied to your kids, bro. Like so tied to your kids. Talk about what it's like being in prison and you had to be away from your kids.
Man, like anybody that knows me, right? My kids are like everything to me. They're always with me.
I think Omi has like 5 kids, but he's had like 2 of them on his videos. This really little one, and then a chubbier like older kid. And I think the chubby older kid he has autism. Um, and he talks about some stories like he's really funny. Um, but yeah, he has 2 kids. They're cute kids. Uh, and they always seem very well taken care. I mean, if your dad's a millionaire, you're not struggling.
Always with me. They're, you know what I'm saying? There's times where I wish I would have just been home playing fucking Xbox with them. It's just those little times, you know what I'm saying? Those extra little days. But it's not like I disregard my kids. No matter if I was drunk or if whatever happened, I was at the front of the house
That's
picking
good.
them up
That's good.
from the bus stop. But watching them run in the house.
And hopefully you can do that because Omi, if you are watching this, if you do see this, um, my father, like, there's a lot of times that I just wish that he was there. And he used to when we were kids, we used to play Black Ops Zombies, and then I think it was like after Black Ops 2 Zombies, he didn't really like he played less and less, like maybe Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4. I don't live with my father. My father and my mother have been separated for a while, but yeah, it's like, you know, there's times I look back and I just wish like, man, like I just wish we did basic stuff. Like we don't have to go out, go to a fucking 5-star restaurant, or you don't have to buy me this $200 toy. Like, um, I remember the first time that I ever went kayaking with my father. It was such an amazing, thrilling thing for me. It was just like just something so simple. Like we're just kayaking in uh was it a lake? It was like a long ass lake. It went for miles and miles, but it was just like just the thrill of that. Like we went out like 20 minutes, drove for like 20 minutes, got on the river or the lake bed, and just paddled for like an hour in one direction, and it was just like cool. Like we were going through really cramped there was like fields of the bit like this was a water path right here and cramped like fields and everything. Like I'm reminiscing about it right now. So I just I don't want to go into tangent about that. But I just if you are watching this, bro, like I know because that was a couple years ago, that I seen the video of his kids. They're probably not that much older. Like his oldest is probably like what 13, 14. I don't know because I don't know about his other kids. I've seen the two. They're probably not that much older, but they're still young enough, bro. Do stuff with them, homie. Like, and it doesn't, like I said, it don't have to be luxury stuff, bro. They're not. They're gonna remember the little stuff, dude. They're gonna remember the little stuff, man. So please, dude. Even if you're just y'all just playing Black Ops, bro. Not Black Ops 7. Black Ops 7 sucks. But if y'all playing Battlefield 6 or something, I'm telling you, they're gonna remember that stuff, dude. So please, homie.
You know what I'm saying? My kids never needed for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Oh yeah, they were spoiled and shit.
yeah.
No, they were out of control spoiled.
And I kind of regret that too, because I understand where my ex-wife had to go in, and she had to dial back because it was so crazy. So like my son knows.
Could you imagine being like split up with your partner and they're like multi-millionaire? Your kids come home, Christmas list like as long as a scroll. You have to like yo, every item on here is above $500. Like yo, what you think I
Omar
am?
doesn't even
I
go
don't
in
got that
prison.
money.
So one time he called me.
Omar, I think is the older one that he's had in his videos. That's Omar's the one with autism, I believe. He showed in his videos a couple times.
I have my little iPhone on me, and he calls me. He said, "Dad, oh my God, when you coming home?" I said, "Baby, I'm at fat camp." He said,
That's a
"You at
crazy
fat
ass
camp?"
lie.
I said, "Yeah." He said, "Let me see." Boom! I pick up the FaceTime call and I show him. I just had got to Danbury prison, but this B unit has bars. It's 3 tiers, real big. And he's like, "Oh my God, Dad, that look like jail." I said, "No, Mar, this is not jail, baby." He said, "No, Dad, that look like jail." I'm like, "No, Mar, this is not jail." He said, "That's not fat camp." He said, "Let me see, let me
Yeah,
see."
his son's smart.
And at
bro.
this time, I'm 240 pounds. I came in.
This is a second. I'm gonna move my I'm gonna move my face cam for a second here. Look at what Omar looked like, bro. This is nuts. Cause he did lose. So he did lose weight here. He lost weight. Um, and this is insane, bro. And then obviously he gained it back. I know he mentions like why he gained it back, but yeah, he gained it all back. But yeah, that's what he looks like. I'll leave
I
it like
came
this
in
for a
jail
second.
370.
I might show the picture to prove it.
Yeah. So the reason why I gained so much weight coming back out is because, what I'm saying, like doing something with dynamic peptides is a deal where now I got to try to lose 100 pounds in 5 months.
There we
I'm
go.
about
That's
to
what he's
get
talking
real
about.
big again. But anyways, I propped the phone up and he looks at me. This time I'm 240 pounds. He's used to me being, he said, "Dad, oh my God, you're going to be there a very long time." I said, "Why?" He said, "You still fat."
That's fucked up. He's
Yeah,
not
I'm
even
like,
that.
"Damn,
He's
you
not
a
even
piece
that
of shit,
fat
yo."
still. He's not even that fat anymore. That's fucked up.
That sounds like some shit you said.
Yeah, no
He
more,
re-
man.
he literally
I love
lost a
that
lot of
kid to
weight.
death, man.
But man, but now you
Something
home.
plotting on
What's
him.
the first what you think the first order of business? Because there's so many different ideas, things that are already in the works. I don't want you to. I know you could over explain sometimes and tell too much or something, but talk
Damn.
about some of the stuff that's
Getting
coming.
on him.
New application coming out soon. Very, very, very soon.
Oh, he's doing it. That's
First
cool.
order of business is
I know what it's gonna be.
me getting behind the computer and opening up these websites. Hitting up my lawyers and seeing if I should go the route of going through court or reaching out to certain individuals and trying to end things amicably where things don't have to spiral out of control. Try to take the adult way and the amicable way out of this.
And I have hope for that. I have hope.
Yeah, I have hope for it too.
Okay.
It's not like I want to do anything. I don't want to go these routes.
Yeah, I hope
But at the end of
because at the end of the at the end of the I don't mean to cut him off. Court is a very long, tiring, emotionally stressful process. Court is like even when you're gonna win the court case, even if it's like a slam dunk, it's still time that you got to take out. It's still a lot of stress. Like that's court. That's the thing. Like a lot of people, nowadays something has changed where like a lot of people think that they can just sue, which is there's a good side about it because a lot of people before didn't know that they could sue over certain stuff, and a lot of people would just like take whatever bad shit happens to them. But at the same time, like now it should be in the middle. You should never like go to either or extreme. But it's like now people are on the far extreme of just like they're gonna sue you over everything. Like you just talk shit to them, they're gonna sue you. Like, and it's fucking insane. Um, so hopefully, this whole thing with Omi, hopefully they can just give him his channel back. 'Cause I believe that's one of those things. Some of his stuff they stole and just off of principle, that way, because to go to the court, man, that's gonna suck, and it's gonna take a while too.
Today I'm a businessman, and I, there's a lot of things that I need back that are very precious to me. You see what I'm saying? And my YouTube channel being one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the last video I have with my father. Videos with my kids, my friends.
Hopefully, whoever has his YouTube channel, because it seems like he just gave that person like the information, so that way they can always log in. And they probably changed. That's probably what they did. Probably changed the email, changed the password, and shit like that. So now Obi can't log back in. Hopefully, they just privated the content because I don't think you can find his original channel. You can't find it on YouTube. So I don't even know how that. Because did they delete it? Like I don't. Like how did that? Because you can't even see the channel. Like, is there a way to private your channel so it doesn't come up when you search it up? Cause I literally can't find his old channel. Like at least the last time I tried, it doesn't. It's not his old one. I don't know if it's a fan account, but it's like this new channel that has like his old stuff. It just doesn't have the proper thumbnails for the videos. But I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments if you guys know more about that.
It's a lot of situations like that's invaluable to me. You can't put a price tag on that.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? And even if those videos are somehow deleted,
Hopefully not,
I will
man.
still find a way to forgive.
Cause I don't know. Like I
Just give me the channel back.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? I can run up another channel. That's not the issue. And I don't want to be a vlogger anymore either. You see, maybe if I have another baby, I plan on getting married, then I'll come out and do a family channel.
I don't know about.
But I think I'm gonna pursue my passion, though, is gaming, and that's always been.
I mean, if he wants to do gaming, that's cool. But I didn't mind the vlogging stuff, man. Especially the vlog. I remember he did like a vlog where he went out on a boat or whatever. I thought that stuff was cool. Uh, but I mean, if it bothered him and he didn't like it, then
Always been a pro
that's what it
gamer.
is.
You know what I'm saying? Been a pro
He
gamer
has
my
always
whole
talked
life,
about gaming.
up until I was 24. Then I quit. Went back to selling drugs.
See, love, brother.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm being honest.
Yeah,
And then, back then, at 27, went back to developing, and started working on gears and bringing out my products, and they actually ended up hitting. Nigga got lucky.
Now, hold on. Now that everything is behind, like taken care of when it comes to gears and things like that, will we be able to launch a Gears TV, fully legal situation? Even if it does something else different as far as media goes.
I have hopes for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who else had over 1 million customers, subscribers, that wasn't a major company, a corporation. I was at the helm of 3 guys. The dude under me, my developer, and me. You know what I'm saying? There was 3 of us that worked on his app. And I made a lot of noise. And, people were afraid. It was like, developers don't look like him. App guys don't look like him. You
Yeah,
see what
there's
I'm
always
saying?
gonna be a racial
And
bias.
especially they don't come out of Philly.
Wherever you go into.
You know what I'm saying? And these new
That's why like I'm actually kind of glad that Omi stayed, dressing the way he did and the chains the way he did because there needs like the stigma of like dressing up in Nikes and Jordans and chains and stuff like that, and that like, oh that's ghetto, like that's gross. It's like, bro, he's dressed up, he got mad money on him. Now I know that just because you buy something and it's expensive, like a piece of clothing, it's expensive, doesn't mean that it looks good. But you can definitely tell there's like a racial bias when it comes down to like when people dress like in hoodies and baggy clothes like that, that it's like, ugh, like that's ghetto. Like it's like why? Why? Just because you don't like it?
apps that I've got coming out, man, I have high hopes.
It's a racial
I'm
thing.
telling you. And I'm going to allow, especially the second app that I got coming out, I'm going to allow people to come in and adopt and buy in at an early rate. Whoever does it, you're just going to regret it. And that's just a fact. It's a fact. We're going to regret it.
Man, well, look, man, you home. We happy you home. Rock, won't have to shoot anyone, hopefully, because it's
Hopefully.
going to be just love and embracing people
Listen.
and doing positive things.
I remember Rock shot a nigga's dick off at
That's
the new A lounge
insane.
that I had just bought.
Insane.
You remember that, Rock?
Why is there a grin? Why are you so?
'Cause he actually got a tattoo of him. Yeah, he actually shot the dude's dick off. The dude went to jail, got like 30 years, right? The dude got 30 years in jail with no dick. How fucked up your life?
It
Oh,
wasn't
my
able to
days.
attach the dick back.
I don't
Bro,
know.
the dick's
Even
probably
if-
destroyed.
Yeah, I don't. No, the dick was on the floor.
They said it was in by his ankle when they cut him. Look.
Oh,
Can you imagine that? The bottom of the pant leg,
bottom of his motherfucking
pant legs, just this.
sweats. That's crazy, bro.
It's like a rolled up sock just
if your
stuck in
dick
there.
at your ankles,
That's insane.
damn. But welcome back home, man.
Nah, appreciate you.
This the first joint, man, for people to see. But we got a ton of shit coming. Of course, we gonna figure out how to bring you on, talk heavy, for some shenanigans.
Oh yeah,
I'm
hell yeah,
definitely
let me
here
know.
for it. I'm here
But
to watch all this
yeah,
stuff.
we got to get you streaming too, man. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
streaming world.
I think I'm going full streaming. I think I have a lot to offer. You have a lot to offer.
for
You
sure.
already know, man.
Yo, it's so crazy, man. There's all these young kids coming to prison, right? They're like, dude, I used to watch you when I was in high school. I was like, fuck. That shit
Literally,
sounds
bro.
crazy,
That's
yo.
me, bro.
Yeah.
That's me. I was like
You a
16
OG
watching
in it,
them.
man.
Yo, you still with your same girlfriend, G? I'm telling you, man. You guys are fucking great.
Yeah, man, we do good shit, man. Yo, sign this joint off with the classic, man. You gotta throw your hand in there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it
It's
gotta go.
reloaded.
See you next time.
If you ain't
Nah,
not
he
the
didn't do
Patreon,
it. It's reloaded. I'm used to do that. I'm gonna go back real quick to them right here because the video is pretty much done after that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this short because the video's already pretty long. But for those of you who like were just here to see, my reaction simply just to the video, if you want to go, you can go now. But for those who are like willing to stay for like whatever I have to say left, you stay. Um, as I mentioned, I was a big fan of Omi. As a little kid, my mom actually introduced me to him because my mom, I believe, knows his like sister. She knows like who his sister is. Um, and I don't know if he has problems with his family though, 'cause I know he has mentioned that all his family they're not good. So I don't know if that's, anyways. Um, so she introduced me to him to his videos, and from there I watched like everything. Anytime that he would upload, I watched it. I followed him on Instagram and would react to all his posts. I seen him do content with Mr. Organic, Tall Car Guy reviews. Um, I forget that white dude his name is, but I've seen him do a lot of videos. And I've seen him do like his real estate buildings and everything. And like I said, there was a lot of stuff that he did that made me disappointed in him. But overall, like I was rooting for him. Uh, but like when he went to jail, I definitely stopped like reacting to the stuff because a lot of other people around him started coming out saying stuff about him that it was just like like I don't know, like I was still like I never put it on him, but I was just like, man, like if he did that stuff, like that's fucked up. And just like the way that everything went, it was like, bro, like I'm done with this. Like I'm done reacting. Like it was a major hit for me because at that time there was a lot of other YouTube groups that I was watching that also started going like sideways. Who was it? Like there was just a lot of YouTubers. I won't go into all of them because I don't want to bring them into this. But there were so many groups at the time that like they started falling apart, and I just started looking at them all through the same lens, and I was like, just I don't know, it bothered me. Um, and to see everything with Omi, because like there's so much videos about it too, like about the cops or whatever, everybody like raiding his house, the videos from the auction of all his cars being auctioned off, like I believe I believe I seen this a video of this. Um, what's his name? The guy from Say Cheese. He was the one that actually bought Omi's Lamborghini, I believe, to like hold it for him when he got out. I think that's what I heard. Um, which is really cool. That's what's up. If that is the case, I can't remember. Um, but yeah, like I remember watching the auction video. I remember watching video like a bunch of different videos, people going for the auction, them looking on the website, them showing some of his old chains, and I was just like it hurt, like it hurt. And then seeing those people walk around because I'm like, dude, I would be pissed. I would be pissed because it's like I liked him as a content creator. I really did. I liked Omi. I really wanted to meet him in the past before I wanted to meet him, and so it was like like I said, I never hated him. To me, I would have wished Loki that all that stuff had got like burned or destroyed or something like that. Just because it's like I don't know, and maybe y'all can relate to what I'm saying. It's just like to know that somebody else has his chain, like know that somebody else has his car, like somebody else is driving around in those cars. It's like you know, but it is what it is. Um, I I felt like there was other little things like oh, for example, I'll talk about this too. He had bought his nephew, did a video where he bought his nephew a red Mustang. His nephew, I'm gonna be careful about how I say this, and I'm not trying to be weird. His nephew, I don't believe he lives next to me. Dang, how do I go about saying this? His girlfriend lives. I don't know if she still does, but like he would come in the red Mustang, pause, and pick up his girlfriend or some chick there. He would come pick her up right next to where I live. And so I would always see his red Mustang and I'd literally be like a foot away from it. So when I seen the red Mustang on the auction, I'm like, dude, like I've seen that specific Mustang in person. And not just on the street, like I just haven't no, he lived next to me or like he picked somebody up that lived next to me. Like uh uh so it's just stuff like that, and I would see his nephew. I would see him like I worked at a couple grocery stores. I would see his nephew. I think he lives near me. I'm not gonna say where exactly I live. I'm not gonna fucking do that. But uh, I used to see him pick up groceries nearby me. At the grocery stores I worked at, he would pick up groceries, and I would be in my head like I wouldn't follow him through the store or anything because I'm not gonna do that shit. But like I'd worked in a specific aisle, or like I'd work like produce, so I'd see him like obviously go to produce first or whatever, and I'd be like, yo, that's Omi's nephew right there, bro. He got a red Mustang outside right now, like shit like that. I've seen him after like he lost the Mustang, and so it's stuff like that. Like also he met up one of the guys I went to middle school with has actually met up with Omi. I seen him and I was like, yo, I know that guy from middle school. It just little stuff is weird. But yeah, so besides those like little stories I had, uh I really look forward to everything Omi got going on, and I really hope everything works out for him. Omi, if you're watching this, if you're still here, if you even click on this video, I hope the best for you, man. I really do. I really did enjoy watching your content, and I could see some of the changes you were making, and I enjoyed your character. Like, there's a lot of other YouTubers or people I watch who do similar content to you. I just couldn't get behind them because I just couldn't relate to them. But like with you, I was like, yo, like there's something about him. Um, and I always thought it'd be cool to meet him. Like it didn't even have to be like something where I did business or I did a video. It wasn't even like that. It was like, yo, just to meet him. Like, yo, you grew up in the same neighborhoods I grew up. Like you, like I never selling drugs or nothing like that, but you lived a similar way that I lived. Like you experienced similar things that I've experienced. I like my mom knows his sister. Like I've seen his nephew in person. Like I've seen his car. I've seen that car in person. Like just stuff like that. Like I don't know. It just like it always made me feel more connected to like him. Like I could always think back like, oh yeah, like this happened, that happened at this time. This was this many years ago. Like and it was connected to him in some way. Whereas I can't really do that with any other YouTuber. I've never met any other YouTubers like family or anything like that. So yeah. But besides that, I'm gonna end it here. Homie, it's good to see you back, bro. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're safe. I hope for your safety. I hope none of these people come back and slide or do any of that shit. Um, I hope the business works out, man. And yeah, man, I appreciate you back. I appreciate you taking accountability for the wrongdoings you did, and I hope you continue to live by this new standard that you have. And yo, Dev and anybody else that was G Visuals and anybody else that was besides um Omi through all of this, his brother and everybody who stuck with him. Yo, appreciate you and appreciate y'all for holding him down, especially you, Dev, for like, being someone to not just like be a yes man to him and to, like let him know like, yo, you did some wrong shit, bro. You fucked up here, you fucked up there. Like that's a real friend. Not somebody who's just a yes man. Somebody who's willing to let you know something that'll hurt you and potentially ruin your relationship if it means that it could potentially also better you. I think I think that's amazing. So yeah, with that being said, this was a great video. Please go like, subscribe to the original video. I'm gonna link it in the description. Uh, talk to me in the comments. Tell me. I know I had a couple questions at the beginning of the video and stuff. If y'all can answer some of those, and yeah, let me know like what's y'all favorite Omi the Hellcat video. Um, but yeah, peace.